Are you tired of doom scrolling and feeling numb inside? Are you tired of your mind being hijacked by weapons of mass distraction? Are you tired of the lies being fed to us by the media and the powers that be? Are you tired of living in a pastime paradise, like going out drinking with your buddies or your girlfriends? Are you tired of the false American dream that we were sold, that all you need is that job, that partnership, that house, and that family to feel fulfilled? Well, you're in the right place, because we're going to talk about how playing an instrument is one of the most grounding and fulfilling practices that we have that can radiate into the rest of our life, so that all of those other amazing things can be even more enriching and fulfilling. So if you want to fill your cup, you're in the right place. Let's talk about why piano is the greatest signal of wealth, of status, of education, of sophistication, of creativity, of abundance, of individuality, and of integrity in this era, in an era where everything is increasingly automated, and because everything is at our fingertips, we're going to gravitate towards signs of humanity, of sophistication, of integrity, of struggle, of the human spirit. And learning an instrument is just that. So let's talk about the way we learn piano now. That's the same way the masters learned back in the day. Very different from how music is being taught in the world today. This is not something you're going to find anywhere else. So if you click out, you're really going to miss out on the clearest, shortest path to your musical dreams. So how do we get off the page? How do we not learn like everyone else and become a musical prisoner where we can't do anything, make music that's coming from our heart? How can we not put other composers on a pedestal and instead explore our inner world and what we uniquely have to say? Well, we can do that not by learning to read music only, but by understanding our instrument. Newsflash: the better you understand this instrument here, the better you're going to play and the more you're going to express yourself. So the surest way to understand your instrument is by mastering the fundamentals and having a creative process to practice them, or how I like to say, to play them. And how do we do that? Well, I'll tell you this much. It's not by doing this all day. Okay? It's not struggling with these boring exercises all day. They might help give you some baseline technique, but that's not what's going to move the needle for you, okay? What's going to move the needle for you is a creative approach to the way you learn the basics. So let's talk about scales for a second. Okay, the scale that I like to start beginners with is not C major, contrary to how most piano instructors start students off. I would start a student with D flat major, because it is not only a beautiful scale, but we engage with our sense of touch a lot more because of the braille-like nature of the black keys, which we wouldn't have if we're playing an all-white key scale like C major. Okay, so I implore you, I insist that you learn scales that are beyond C major, G major, and D major, because you're just going to get stuck on those like every pianist who learns the traditional way, and it's going to take you forever to get out of that mindset of the white keys. So just rip the Band-Aid off, do yourself a favor, and just jump in. Just jump in, okay? You'll be happy you did. Just take the jump. Learn something that you don't feel like you're ready to learn. For God's sake, he's rooting for you. I'm rooting for you. So, D flat major. Now, as soon as you learn this, these 7 notes, give yourself a nice bass line. Maybe just the first note, the fifth note, and then the octave of the root again. 1 5 1 5 1 5. We're gonna play our scale on top of this. Okay, now we're going to practice it in skips. 1 3 2 4 3 5. It is essential to think about scales in terms of numbers. Here's note number 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Okay, so you're going to hear me saying these numbers because I'm describing a pattern that involves these numbers. So a skip would involve going right from 1 to 3, 1 to 3, 2 to 4. See, these notes happen in pairs. We call them dyads. 3 to 5, 4 to 6, 5 to 7, 6 to 8, 7 to 2. You could also call that 9. Okay, what if we flip this around and we put F on this side? Now instead of a third relationship, we actually get something called a sixth. Can you hear the music already? Can you hear how much this beats this? Can you hear how this is far superior than these old, antiquated, rote ways of forcing yourself to play, of being masochistic, of being too hard on yourself, of reinforcing your sense of your inner critic that you have been trying to break out of by playing music? Can you see how if you learned this in the old method, you would just be reinforcing all of the conditioning of our culture that you are trying to break free of? Can you see how if you learn that way, you would be going against why you wanted to do this in the first place? And can you see how that's why everyone quits before it gets fun? Because they learn the wrong way. So it doesn't take years. It doesn't take 3 years. It doesn't take 5 years. This could take you a day. This could, practice this for a month to 6 months and tell me your life isn't transformed. Now we could break it up. We could play these at left, right, left, right, left, right. So we got. Now let's do a longer pattern. I got this one from a Chopin Berceuse or lullaby. It goes. Can you see how it's all about playing scales over bass lines? It's not about playing the same rote exercise over and over and just hoping one day you'll be rewarded with the birthright to play music that was already there the whole time, in plain sight, under your nose. The answer's under your nose, guys. Music is already your birthright. You don't have to earn it. I mean, you might have to earn being really good at it, but you don't have to earn the right to play music, besides paying off your karmic debts and not being a misguided person. You might have to pay that off before you really engage in music, because it kind of forces you to go within yourself. And if you're not ready for that because you've been distracted, well, it'll help you purify that part of yourself. It'll help you shed those skins and bring you to a place where you're pure awareness. Don't you want pure awareness? Don't you want to be a node of pure awareness in the universe experiencing itself? That's what I want for you. I don't want you to be fettered by the shackles of our warped culture. That was initially something really hopeful and exciting in the previous century, where the American dream was about transcending the limitations of the human condition and striving for something bigger than ourselves. But that's not really the age we live in anymore, and I hate to say it. It's just like things are so different. Americans are worse off than they were 50 years ago, and we need to bring back what's most important to us, which is art, which is education, the humanities, exploring the inner world, Eastern ways of thinking. And if you're with me, then you're going to love what we're doing in the dojo. Check out the piano dojo. We train multiple times a week to better our sense of creativity and to take our limitations and transcend them into a version of ourselves that is far beyond what we thought possible. I have a webinar where I go into my method, the piano flow method, in the link below. If you like what you see there, there's a call to action where we might be able to work on something together and get you beyond the world of distraction and into yourself. Don't be in the world just because you're of the world. Live in the reality that you desire, a reality of connection, of creativity, of integrity, of expression. Join me on that journey. We'd love to have you in class. Bye for now.